So for those of you who have never really been backpacking, I just thought I would share with you just kind of what this campsite is like, a typical campsite. I would say this is probably a little bit better than the average site as far as just the feel of the site, but it's fairly typical. So I look for something that's off trail enough that I'm not going to be visible from the trail or visible from like any dirt roads or anything like that. So I got a nice little space here, and I'll show you the view that I have out here in a moment, but I've got a nice little space. It's filtered, the sunlight is filtered, so it's bright, but it's cool and it's shady. And I've got both of the little windows open. I don't have a fly on because I'm not expecting that it's going to rain, but I can put it on if it is going to rain. So it's totally, I can see, 360 all the way around. So that's really nice. I tend to get out on the right side of the tent for whatever reason, so I usually try to have that be the more open area. So I've got the left side of the tent, it's kind of just backed up against these little woods here. And let me pause the camera or turn off the video, and I'll show you the kind of view that I have and just kind of what the setup is inside of the tent. Yep, so this is looking down toward my feet, and I've got my socks hanging up, so if they got a little sweaty during the hike, they can dry off, and my backpack's kind of off to one side. I've got my water where I can easily get to it. I've got some snacks, some chocolate. I don't know where that's from. That's not Romanian. I'm not sure what language that is. I love Oreos, some peanuts, some strange little Romanian snacks. Those are great. I've got the sleeping bag there in the corner, so as the sun goes down and it gets cool, I can get that out. And what else? Got my boots outside the tent, so they're not smelling up the tent. And then this is the view that I have out of the open side. So really nice view out there in the meadow. And I love this kind of space where I'm totally in the shade, just a little bit of filtered sunlight, but there's sunlight out there, so it's got a really bright feel. The sun will probably set somewhere like right about where I'm pointing the camera, so I might even be able to kind of see the sunset, and then the sunrise will be coming from somewhere over there, so I won't really see the sunrise, but I get up so early, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, isn't that just a peaceful, relaxing view? And the trees, just to show you a view that's straight overhead. I've just got a nice view when I'm laying down of tree branches and leaves just kind of blowing in the wind. So yeah, that might all seem kind of mundane if you're used to backpacking, but if you're not, it might be interesting to you. But I would say definitely my two favorite times of the day when I'm backpacking on a big trip are the early morning hiking, like a little bit before sunrise to start hiking, and the next, say, hour or 2 hours. That's just a beautiful time to be hiking. And then my other favorite time is, pitching the tent and having a couple hours before sunset to, I make my little video, put that together, and, just do a little reading or whatever. Today I covered kilometers really quickly today. It was an easy day, so I think I covered 31 kilometers, and so I've got like 3 hours or 3.5 hours before sunset, so that's really sweet. It's nice to have a really nice campsite, when you've got some extra time. If you don't have much time, it kind of doesn't matter. Just pull off the side of the trail and set the tent up and go to sleep. But it's nice when you have some time to just have a really, really peaceful setting. And I mean, this is backpacking. What a lot of people call camping, where you go to a campground and there's a bunch of people and there's the sound of generators and, and just all these sounds going on. And that's, to me, that's not what I would say is camp. Well, I guess it's camping, but it's not backpacking type. And I think the British call this wild camping. So, you're just pitching a tent somewhere in the wild. You're not going to an established campsite. But yeah, I hope you found that interesting. If you're not used to backpacking, it's just a little taste into one of my two favorite times, and you get enough of a taste of my favorite time in the early morning. But I realize I don't really do much videoing this time, because I guess I'm kind of putting the video together, so I'm not doing any actual filming of it. But hopefully it's kind of interesting to you. Take care. God bless.